Alright, so last time, you all made it out of Undermountain, and you made some quick preparations and started your journey to where the tribe of many arrows is known to be. You eventually made it up there with little incident using wind walk, turning yourself into clouds. You you headed up there, stopped in a town at the end of your journey, which was raided that night by the Tribe of Many Arrows. It seemed like a normal raid until Gorzar and Arlen showed up on wyverns. Um, you all, at that point, decided to run, uh, which probably a good idea. Um, you made you made some distance. I think you stayed for the night, but I don't remember.
We use the bubble.
Yeah. You weren't found. You then teleported to Waterdeep once again. Um, did a little bit of business there, catching up with some contacts, and then you stayed the night in the Yawning Portal, and that is where we pick up. It is morning in the Yawning Portal. As you come out of your rooms, there are patrons just slumped over various things in a drunken stupor. Um, there's some light music. What would you like to do?
I think you forgot a very important detail.
Which one was that?
Bath read as more book.
Oh
And
yeah,
about those
yeah.
shards.
I mean, you did research. Did
Yeah.
Do you want me to go into specific detail about that? You went to a massive
Yes,
library.
please, because I kind of need a refresher on the shards.
You researched where you could find agates, I believe, and Vath researched things
that.
So did
about.
Bath.
Yeah, Vath knows too much. And Vath did some research on Tiamat and the Mask of the Dragon Queen. Hopefully you took notes.
Yeah, we know the location of. I know of at least one
Uh,
that ain't happy about.
yeah, you currently know the location of two, I believe. One is in the vault of the Temple to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, which is the good counterpart of Tiamat, in the city of Neverwinter, and the other one is in the possession of a noble family in Baldur's Gate. Those are the two you know of, and there are 5.
So,
Hey, have you seen my weight?
Your weight, like as in what you're carrying?
Yes.
I'm sure it's ridiculous because you have the gauntlets.
Just take a good look at it for a second.
Why?
I don't know.
What's with the floating point?
That's a very good question. I wish I knew myself. To be perfectly honest. I don't know. I scrolled down and I saw 170.420000000.
It's like 7 or 8 zeros.
002.
That's very funny.
Why did
Okay,
I put
well,
that thing where I wrote down
maybe you can drop that paperclip or something, and bring it to a
Right.
nice even number.
See, something thought that
I
is
do
not
have
what
a
I wanted.
question.
There's a lot of coffer.
Yeah.
because I didn't add the money I made
There you go.
from selling those items. Do you have any idea, like a roundabout answer?
What'd you
The
sell?
ones at Neverwinter?
A scroll.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Augury, Silence, and
I don't think you gave her them yet, or maybe you did. I don't
we were
remember.
Jordan had to leave, and
Yeah.
there was a very specific sale that I needed the entire team's input on. And,
I should
that had to do with
also.
the scroll of
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need to open notes.
I am very upset.
Why are you upset?
Hi,
Why?
very
Because
upset. I'm
I
if I
jealous.
sold,
can't. Fuck off. I cannot find where I saved the notes about where I can find an agate, and I'm upset.
It's probably Google Doc, I'm gonna guess.
No, I put everything in a notepad.
Oh, well.
wait, you take notes?
Just
Yeah,
on
wow.
just on this one thing.
Just on. No, I even took notes on so I can remember Redoth's name.
There you go. The two most important things.
Yes, Redoth and agates.
It's okay. If you didn't have to leave, you would have learned some juicy information.
Well, Esmore knows, so shouldn't I know?
No, Esmore doesn't know.
let's
Okay,
see.
then.
What were you selling?
One was a scroll of silence.
What level?
One was a, I believe it's both of the two scrolls were level 2.
Okay, so that's a total of 50 platinum.
And then
And
one
you're talking about the
was-
Raised Dead, which is a level 5.
Yeah, it's a level 5 necromancy spell, I believe.
And that's 100. So 150 if you give all the scrolls to her.
Yeah. I also have
She
the
she
stat.
she did say, keep in mind she did say she was leaving today.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get it done, but then Jordan had to leave to go to the roof of his house.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to help
So
Alright.
I didn't get the
Christmas lights.
chance to like actually finish up on that.
Well, you have an opportunity. What would you guys like to do?
Before the end of the night, at least collect the group, find Esmore and Bath.
I was gone for a little bit, so I don't know what y'all made Esmore do. So
We didn't make him do anything. I
Oh,
went
no,
off
he
and
still- he
found
just-
the person.
I guess, well, as far as I know, the entire time I was gone, he just standing there like, oh, this place is cool.
I like to think he can act a little more natural.
That is pretty natural.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
Finding them and then conversation ensues.
Well, ensue conversation.
I was just about to. Okay, so you know that I forgot her name, the lady who is looking for the magic items
It's not nearly this many
Yeah.
people in here.
down in the dungeon. Goodness. So zoomed in.
What about her?
Well, I've got some prices on the magic items that I have.
Such as?
2 scrolls. One was a scroll of Augury. Augury? How do you
Augur.
pronounce that word?
Well, do you have a scroll or is it the statue?
I had a scroll and a statue, but
Okay.
I took the 2 scrolls out of my inventory already because I was planning on selling those 2 for sure.
Gotcha.
The questionable one was the Raised Dead.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Shoot, no, I forgot. So I found a scroll down in the dungeon. Do you remember the piano that we found? Made out
Sure.
of bones?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Well,
What
from
about it?
playing the piece, I got a scroll that can raise the dead.
Okay.
Do we want to keep it or sell it? It's 100 platinum pieces if I sell it.
Probably a good idea.
But
Sell
we're
it.
also
Sell it.
going
I'd
to
say
where that
keep
dragon
it.
was.
Yeah, I say keep it.
I have
I mean, you're pretty susceptible. Help.
susceptible.
Thank you. Susceptible to extreme amounts of injury, to put it lightly.
Who are you talking to?
Both
Zine.
of you.
I'm talking to Zine
No,
when I
talk
said
about
that.
Esmore. I know you're talking. I know you're talking to. Talk about Esmore.
I'm talking to Zine.
Okay.
What is the spell that I have that uses 100 diamond dust, 100 gold's worth of diamond dust? And it was that Greater Restoration? Am I just dumb? Yep. Okay, I'm just dumb.
I'm glad he could help.
That's a very good question.
It's mainly me talking to myself. Soothes the smooth brain.
I would assume that you'd know how to cast all your spells.
Well, back into character. I don't have a means of reviving someone if someone does die without this scroll.
If I die, keep me dead.
What I'm saying is, if any of us die, it'd be good to have, especially since using are very susceptible to lots of damage.
I think it's more of misfortune than susceptible to damage or to being injured.
Don't
Are you
worry,
gonna
you and me
tempt
both.
fate with your misfortune by selling that scroll?
Touche. I just figured I'd ask the group before I make a decision.
I don't figure it's too bad of an idea, but that's me.
I'm more concerned about the dragon than I am anything.
It ate a dwarf that scared even me. I say we keep the scroll.
At the end of the day, it's your call.
Alright. Well, then I guess I'm keeping it. I need to talk to Derman, so I'll make my way to the bar. Or wherever he is, he might be at the little winch thing.
He's right there at the bar.
There's an open seat over there.
Yep, he's usually at the bar.
I was staring at my notes this whole time, so I didn't even see the map up. Derman,
Yes.
do you know anywhere in the city that would still be selling some potions?
Might be a little hard to come by because guards are out in force. You know what? Just up the street a little bit, there's an apothecary that you might want to try. Might be a bit pricey. Sure, their stock's pretty low.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Real quick, Danny. My token shows I have 54 of 85 hit points, but I have a max of 90. Like it's not matching with mine.
Because this is an old map.
Oh.
I just haven't replaced your tokens.
Wanted to make sure.
You're not gonna fight in the Yawning Portal. I'm not worried about it.
I cast fire.
And you kill
That's
everyone,
insane.
okay? You did it. There's no fight.
Not 3-string.
No, 3-string would wipe the floor with the 3 of you.
Would he? Is
No.
he actually that strong?
No.
That'd be wild.
Stiff wind would knock him over. He's a good spy.
What time of day is it, by the way?
I believe it's still nighttime right now. Because you guys were talking about selling things, and then you were gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
So, it's night. You're tired.
I'm pretty sure I already paid for my room.
I think all of you did. I think Vath, you paid for Esmore.
Oh,
If I remember right.
I'm very short on cash.
Oh yeah, but y'all had to share a room or something.
No, I think you got separate
Oh,
rooms.
yeah.
Yeah,
think
so I
you
can
bought-
sleep
yeah.
on the floor.
That's lame.
Anything
can't
else you'd
have-
wish to do tonight?
Um, cast sending before the night, but That's
Okay.
it.
Alright.
Then I can just message you that.
Alright. So as the night grows on and it slowly gets quieter and quieter as people make their way out or to the rooms or just kind of slump over. You all make your way up to your rooms. The rooms are comfortable, and you sleep for the night. Morning comes. It's far less busy than it was in the night. There are still a couple people here, but you reconvene down in the main floor. What would you like to do? I assumed you sent to Alice,
Of course.
as per usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not much has
Alice.
changed.
Okay.
Great that you get to know the state of, my people, and I don't. Just
We could
I don't
ask.
think you would know about that.
Yeah,
Well,
you
don't
could
know- I don't know
actually
that-
ask.
I don't know that you're talking to her. You don't say, "Hey, I'm talking to Alice."
You've
You want to say
probably
anything?
seen in
I-
the dungeons me using sending.
Yeah,
I don't know who
I
it's
think you.
for. I'm not gonna pry.
Just give me an insight check.
An insight check.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But like you know Zine casts sending nearly every night. But you haven't quite made the connection yet.
I don't know who you know.
You just know it's a nightly occurrence.
But IRL
Vath
it bothers
probably
me.
has a good idea.
What'd you say?
I said Vath probably has a good idea, but he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah. I would be pretty sure if that's what we want to start some drama, but
Nope.
Shocking. No, we had enough
It's
of that in
almost
the
like
mines.
Vath
So
straight up apologized in the dungeon.
yeah, so we had enough of that drama down there.
Yeah. Anywho, do we have any business left in Neverwinter? Or fucking
Neverwinter's a destination.
yes, we do have business in Neverwinter. Do we have business here though?
I don't.
I completely forgot I was muted.
Ah.
I was muted because
Nice.
the keyboard's loud. Well, if we wish to resupply on potions, I've been informed there's an apothecary down the road. Prices might be a little higher because stock is limited, but I think it's best to spend a little money for this trip, especially with the dragon's whereabouts unknown, other than we don't know where its lair is, we just know what city it took over.
What's
Yeah,
the
I
plans on
guess.
getting to Neverwinter?
I figure we get back to Thunder Tree, see if they might know anything. I don't believe they've been sending anyone towards the town, though.
I would highly doubt they would send people completely incapable of combat into a city that is completely overrun by a drow and a dragon. Just me though.
True. Well, I'm at least gonna stop by the apothecary and see what I can do,
I may as well.
because I am out of potions.
I also remembered. I don't know how long I've had this. It's been a long time, but I still have the statuette. Oh,
Any more details?
a golden statuette of a sun elf wearing a crimson cloth.
Did you find that in?
It's in my treasures. I
Under
remember writing
Mountain?
that down a long time ago. And I think I
Hmm.
just forgot about it.
Okay. I can make up a price for it.
Okay. I'm gonna go find the place where I can go sell that. So
Okay. So Zine, are you going to the apothecary Durnan pointed you to?
Yeah, and I'll go that way.
And Esmore, you're going to sell the statue. Vath,
yes.
are you gonna split up too?
I'm gonna follow Zin.
Okay, you're gonna go to Zine. Okay.
Oh yeah, leave Esmer alone. That's fine.
We'll go with Esmore first. Probably because it's the easier scene. You find a like a curious and antiquities shop. They just have a bunch of like super weird shit. And you're like, I could probably sell this here. So you walk in, like the shelves are lined with things you can hardly recognize inside of like glass bottles filled with some sort of liquid. It's not quite transparent. It's like kind of got a yellow tinge to it. There's a couple of like shrunken heads on like rope hanging next to the door. There's something that looks like a monkey's paw with two fingers up. Um,
I am in a voodoo shop.
yeah, it's a super weird place. And you walk in there and you see probably the oldest human woman you've ever seen. Just like hunched over, sitting in a stool, and she slowly turns on the stool. Just spins around to face you. She's sitting behind a counter, and she's got like super deep set wrinkles. And she says, "Hello.
The hell is keeping you alive?
Wouldn't you like to know?"
I'd rather not. After looking around here, I happen to have this old statue I've been carrying around for a long time. I just wanted to see what you could, probably give me for it.
Yeah, give it here. And she like extends a withered arm and hand.
Good. Tip of my finger to like kind of just place it, trying to keep my distance.
Yeah. You put it in her hand, and she sets it down, and she like picks up like this monocle and like looks at the statue. And she sets it down, looks back up to you, and says, 20 gold pieces.
25.
No.
23.
She slides the statue back towards you.
20 and a copper. Fine, 20.
Alright. She gives you your 20 gold pieces and takes the statue.
Is there a haggle option in this?
Yeah, you're just not very good at it. You can't just say another price. Sorry.
Hey, doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that didn't work.
Would you like to look around, buy anything from the shop, or are you just selling the statue?
I'll ask her what some of these things do.
More than your wildest dreams.
I could do more in your wildest dreams. Why don't you like flatter me a little bit?
Hitting on an old woman?
No.
She says, "You would like that, wouldn't you?" As she slides her stool over to one of the shelves. I am going to look for a somewhat random magic item. It's a small box. It looks like it has... It's only big enough for a ring. Let's see. She opens this like velvet covered box, and it has a silvered ring with small blue stones placed in it in what seems like a random order, but has a almost like a wave design, like an ocean. And she says, "Wear this and you can walk on liquids like they're solid stone."
How much?
That's a fantastic question. Let me open another book.
See, I can breathe underwater. I can walk on air. I can't walk on water, so that'd be an interesting one to add to my little.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Roll a d6 for me.
A D6. Let's see if I remember how to do this.
She says, well, it's worth a little bit more than that statue. And
How much
she
is a little bit more?
sets it in front of you and says, 400 gold pieces. Unless you're willing to make a trade.
What kind of trade you looking for?
She just
Like, what are you
eyes.
interested in?
She just eyes you for a second with her small black beady eyes.
Let me see if I can find some gold. Hang on.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
All right, I'll let you think about it. To Vath and Zine
Yeah, just some
over in the Apothecary. It's like 2 or 3 blocks up the street from the Yawning Portal. It's super close.
I can turn silver into platinum and then, or electrum into gold.
So you enter this apothecary and the shelves are pretty much bare. You see a young attendant at the counter. He seems to be reading some kind of book. He doesn't even notice you come in.
I'll make my way up to him. You said it was a young boy?
Yeah, I mean young, yeah.
I just didn't know whether to say sir, ma'am. Excuse me, sir.
He like jumps as you say that. He says, what can I do for you?
I've been told that there's a chance I might be able to find some potions here.
We can see what we still have. What are you looking for?
Just mainly potions of healing.
I can. That's pretty much the guards took almost all of it. I can see what we still have and see if maybe a bottle or two rolled underneath the shelf. Just give me a minute. And he stands up and walks into a back room. And you look around this place, and there's like, normally there'd be like displays and all sorts of stuff. This place is like, it looks like it's been like cleaned out. And he comes back with a single bottle in hand. He says, well, I managed to find this one. Let me see prices. It's like the second level of healing potion.
Oh, the greater healing?
Yeah, I think so. Just need to find its rarity.
Crap.
Having
Sorry.
some
Sorry.
revelations over there.
Yes, I'm finding more stuff. Hey, Jared, you have the boots of striding and sprinting, right?
I do not.
Okay, making sure 'cause I have that.
We have 2 pairs, by the way.
Okay.
I have never had a pair.
This is just about our last healing potion. It's gonna be expensive.
And about how much?
500 gold pieces. But if you're willing to trade things, then I mean, we're more than happy to do that.
And what would you be interested in for trading?
I think I might just work the corner.
What did you say?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, well, if you have potions that you're not using, or minor magic items. So some of the more powerful stuff is all controlled by the city, but we'll trade just about anything.
Well, unless you have something, Bath, I don't have anything to trade.
Fats searches his pocket. I got a water skin.
It's just a normal
Well,
water skin.
At least
I don't
you'll
know if
stay
this is
hydrated.
500 gold though.
Does it pour out infinite water, or is it just a normal water skin?
It is as normal of a water skin as could be.
I'd be able to take a silver off the price.
They get money off. God.
Look, they're actually fucking trading something.
Well, Zine, it's either we're shit out of luck or I'm gonna have to work the corner.
I know
Well,
the
to the
lady.
corner we go.
Alright, back to Esmore. She's still she's still staring at you.
I had this. What will you give me for this glass encased skull? I completely forgot about it.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Oh, I was supposed to identify that and never did.
Oh, it's too late.
She takes it from you, and sets it down, like kind of like shakes off her hand as it still has a bit of gelatinous cube residue on it, and she pulls out a monocle again and looks at it this time for much longer than the statue, and she says, "You give me this and 50 gold pieces, and we have a deal."
Well, I also had this platinum signet ring. I guess I left somewhere else. So, yeah, sure. First, can you tell me what it is?
It's a dwarven skull encased in glass.
Is it like? Is there any kind of like anything magical about it?
I thought you would know the value of what you have.
I mean, I'm gonna sell it to you anyway. I'm just kind of curious at this point. I'm bluffing. Just for the DM to know.
Then
Yes,
give me a deception check. Um, she wants to complete the deal first, but she is willing to tell you what it does.
Can I think about it and come back today? Just give me like a little, like an hour or so, maybe.
No guarantees the ring will still be here. She closes the box, slides the skull towards you, and rolls back over to a shelf.
But the thing is, if you're willing to give me that plus, the ring's gotta be worth more. What if I got about the
She's
skull?
asking for you to give her the skull and 50 gold pieces.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the ring's gotta be worth more than that, unless she's trying to fuck me over. But she would assume that I would know what it does and would know the value. Because she said that. So I doubt she's jipping me. Fine, I'll trade.
You could have made an insight check, no?
Uh,
I could, couldn't I? See if she's tricking me on
so
the price. She
insight.
looked at it for a while.
So insight checks aren't like lie detectors. Unfortunately, it more tells you about the person, like their bonds, flaws, whether they seem like a trustworthy person, not necessarily if what they're saying right now is a truth or a lie.
Ah, so she's a politician.
No, she's a witch doctor.
I don't know. Like determining her personality and if this is like how she normally conducts business, that is what you'd get from an insight check.
That's true. That's true.
But you're willing to do.
You know, I'll trust her. I'll do
Okay.
the trade.
Okay, she slides back over and you can complete the trade. Go ahead and take the skull and the monies off your person, and you get a ring of water walking. Yeah, you can look it up in the SRD. I believe it's in there. Otherwise, I can just copy and paste it too. She says, as she like takes the skull in both hands, says, when contained within a creature, it makes them really big. I'm sure you saw that from wherever you got this from. As she slides over
giant, nasty cube.
and finds an empty space, which is hard to come by. An empty space on one of the shelves. And like glistens in the light coming through the window.
Ooh, I need to attune to those boots and this ring, and that'd be all three of my attunements I could have.
Yep. What's the other thing you're tuned to?
It's the circlet.
Ah, right. Yeah, you're still incredibly handsome.
I am. You are. Oh, you mean in the game? Okay.
Sure.
I was like, well, thank you. Appreciate that. I
Still.
needed a compliment today.
You know what? You're
Alright,
welcome.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wish the fair lady goodbye and kind of just carefully walk out the door without touching anything.
Okay. Keeping your hands to yourself.
Especially the monkey hand. Don't touch the monkey hand.
Okay. Vath and Zine, you're leaving the potion shop.
It's got two fingers up. I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
All right. You see Esmore just down the street come out of an almost non-existent building. Yeah. What are you guys doing next?
Well, now we figure our means for travel.
Yes.
Are we going to use magic or walk or get horses?
That'll take way too long. Let's use magic.
He's not wrong.
We can either use your portals, or we could waste my 6th level spell slot.
What's a spell slot?
I mean,
You know,
it's
so
spell
to
slots are
speak.
not an uncommon term in
Dang it.
like arcane study.
Ah,
Like you have a certain amount of arcane power you can use a day. Like that's known, and it is just a way of talking about it.
Unfortunate.
It's not as meta as you think. Yeah.
Well,
How are you guys
Well-
getting up there?
I'm pretty indifferent.
I'd rather us not use portals constantly.
when was the last time we used a portal? In the
That is
mines and
also true.
Do you have one that goes to Neverwinter?
I
know you have one to Tahano, and you have three now in Waterdeep that you know of.
I don't think I had one in.
I don't think you had one in
In,
Neverwinter.
Neither do I.
That's definitely something you should keep notes on. Is where you can go with your.
I have it. I have it in
Your
notes. It's
circles.
just way up there.
let's find a tree.
Unless you're willing to windwalk for a couple hours, but I think that's the same level spell slot.
That's the same,
Yeah.
it's the same level spell slot. But
Yeah.
that spell lasts all day. So wanted to
Okay.
get away, we could.
Where?
I will wind walk just because it'll last longer, and if we need to make a quick getaway, I mean a quick getaway.
Does it last 8 hours or 24?
8, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Okay. If you guys are doing that, if you're just beelining it,
Zoom out.
yeah, it'll take you better part of a day travel. So it'll be late afternoon if you're going straight to Neverwinter. So you'll have about 2 hours left on the spell when you get there.
I mean, no, let's just do it the tree then.
Okay.
Why waste that?
Are you trying to go to Neverwinter itself, or
Just outside Neverwinter would be probably better. Like right outside the gates. Like where we one.
Can Noah step in? Or can Zine step in?
and say something?
Yes.
I
You don't know
mean,
what I'm planning.
I know, it's just so dumb.
I mean, yeah,
Zine is
you're
able to
there.
talk.
You're seeing Esmore think.
The contemplation.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we taking the tree or are we using the clouds?
Taking the tree because it take about 6 hours to get there. At 2 hours left on the spell, it'd be kind of worthless to wait all day. Why not just get there now?
Depends on what's more valuable, time or the spell.
Well, then do we want to head to Thunder Tree?
I thought we were going to Neverwinter.
Thunder Tree is very
We
close
are.
to Neverwinter.
I mean, we could.
The better chance at any sort of information that we have,
Also,
then
the
the easier this whole thing's gonna
also the only trees you know of that are anywhere closer to Neverwinter than Thunder Tree are in Neverwinter.
Oh, I thought we
And-
left that 60 whatever that number was by a tree outside of Neverwinter.
Huh?
I mean, Neverwinter is like on the coast on a floodplain. So, I mean, sure, there's trees around it, but I don't think any of them would be quite large enough.
Yeah, that's right.
Neverwinter has a fairly large harbor, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a major coast city.
Okay.
Was.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go to Thunder Tree.
So you find one of the large trees in one of the parks in Waterdeep. You hear it rip open as you open a kaleidoscope portal, and you all step through into let's see, what time of year is it? It's like it's like it's pretty solidly into fall. Yeah, so you step out into cooler morning air, into the small, revitalized town of Thundertree. Let me get that map. Boop. Thundertree.
Adolf, I'm back, and I remembered your name.
So Rudolph is not there. And let me change this music because it's no longer appropriate. Go with this one. There we go.
Well, that was a banger, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll show you a banger.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. As you step out of the tree, you can see like two people hammering on a roof they're slowly constructing on one of the houses. In the far distance to the west, you can see the mushroom cloud of darkness that is just hanging over Neverwinter. And it just casts a deep, dark shadow.
How long's passed since the attack?
Roughly a 10-day.
I'm still not entirely sure what that is, but
It's 10 days. Each
Oh,
month,
okay.
each month is split
It's
into
quite literal.
yeah. Each month is split into 3 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Because why would you ever use 7? It's the worst number.
Well, well,
where are
I
you,
got
Steven?
news for you.
Yeah, yeah.
We use that here.
And I am dropping frames like crazy.
That's the joke.
Yeah, whatever. Alright. You're in Thundertree.
Does anyone remember how? Was it like 2 days travel from Thundertree to Neverwinter, or was it? I don't remember.
Something like that, yeah. In hindsight, we should have just used the clouds.
I mean, it's gonna, let's see, depending on how fast or how quickly you want to travel, you could get there in it's not that long of a walk. It's only about an hour or so, depending on how fast you want to go.
A swift
okay.
pace.
And you could get there
Well, we're
probably a
not
little
heading
quicker.
straight there.
You'd essentially follow the river to Neverwinter if you were going to walk. If you were gonna fly in some way, you could get there in probably half an hour.
Okay.
It's only like, let's see. Actually, hang on. It's about 18 miles or so. So, and you can travel 24 miles in an 8-hour day. So, it would actually take a better part of a day to walk there from here.
Get most of the way there, sleep, be revitalized, and then
Yeah, so it'd be evening when you got there. But you're in Thundertree, and you know people here. If you wish to talk to them, or you totally don't have to.
I'm
I
looking.
just want to say hi to Rudolph real quick. Like, I want to have a conversation. I just want to say hi to him. I feel rude if I didn't.
And I want to look for Ezra.
I'm gonna look myself in a corner.
Okay.
Well, you gotta
You-
bring up old shit.
You are very successful. Vath is incredibly flexible. I'll have everyone know. Zine,
missing a
you
ring.
actually see one of the people on the roof is Ezra. Esmar, I hope you remember where Redoth lives.
I do.
I do.
I think I do.
I don't even take notes.
I think. Yeah, I can't really see. Let me zoom out my damn. Was it
Beep beep beep.
His house?
Oh, you can hear that. I don't know what it
Mm.
is. I think someone's using the stove and not using the little fan.
It sounds like your fire alarm, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, that's why it's going off, is because someone's not. If it is the fire alarm, or my house is on fire and I'm just playing.
It's how we all
That
want to go
wasn't
out.
writ-
It was lost.
or
Go open a window.
batteries are being changed. So okay. Hold on. Let me see what's happening. Continue.
I think this is the house.
Okay, you go up and knock on the door, and you see a young woman answer the door. And she kind of looks at you confused for a second, and then she's like, "Oh," like recognizes you as one of the people who, like, helped them out of Neverwinter.
Is this the wrong house? I'm looking for Redos.
Oh, next house down.
Ah, I was close.
Down here.
Nice.
Whoop. I'll knock on that one.
You knock on it, and you hear from inside, just give me a second. And about a minute later, the door opens, and inside you see Redoth.
Well, hey there.
Hey yourself.
Hey, you better give him his accent. You better give him that accent. That's what I love about Redos.
Yeah. Here, come inside. That's fine.
Sweet. Wait, I know it anyway.
You see like a large pot on a small flame just slowly bubbling away, and it smells so good in here. Some sort of stew with vegetables and meat, and it's a large pot. It looks like he's maybe going to feed the whole town of Thunder Tree. Says,
You hungry?
I mean, it's not quite done yet, but if you want some, suppose you can have it. But man, two visits in like 3 days.
Yeah, well, we're on our way to Neverwinter. Stop by here.
He like has like a brief look at surprise. Back to Neverwinter.
Yeah,
What in the world for? Think there's still people over there that are still alive?
No, we gotta go there. We gotta go to this temple to get this piece of something that has to do with something other.
The old
It's all
good
mumbo
old
jumbo
good old fetch quest or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's more than just a fetch quest. From what I understand, it's gonna be pretty important.
Well,
I don't know all the details.
well, I doubt there's any living folk still in the city, but if you do see some, you can always send them our way.
Oh,
Well, once they're out of the city, I think it's relatively safe to just follow the river up here. It'd be nice to see some new folk over here. Gets a
Well,
little
my
sad
suggestion-
looking at the giant cloud over yonder.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised it's still burning after for a little while.
That ain't smoke.
Oh, what is it?
I guess it could be like smoke, but I think it's more to do with that big ass dragon that was there. I think it made its home, and yeah, it's kind of one of its effects. Kind of like the old dragon that was here, making things all ruined and dead. And
Yeah, I think this one's a lot worse than the one that was here.
well, yeah, you handedly took care of the one here. Maybe you can use the same trick with the other one. I'm sure it'll work.
You can only hope. Do you know of any way, I don't know if you know anything about that kind of dragon or not, but do you know if it's how easy it would be to try and sneak around it? I mean, it's pretty big. I don't know if we're like ants to it, if it's,
Typically the bigger the dragon, the more like with it they are. So unless you're like really
so you're saying
going
it's
for
smarter
it
than
and
me.
like, oh, smarter than all the people here combined.
It makes me feel a little bit better. Okay.
Unless you're like invisible and have the shadows themselves clinging to you.
I know
I
exactly
mean,
what you're getting at,
if you're
and I already had that in mind.
if you're just somewhere in the city and nowhere near the thing, I'm sure you'd be okay as long as you don't make too much noise. But if you're like trying to go up and steal some of its hoard, I'm sure it has.
How much more are we talking
You
here?
you better start writing your will.
I mean, I do need some money.
I mean, if you're talking about the size of its hoard, it's whatever. I mean, I know Neverwinter had several banks and a bunch of jewelers, and they even had that auction that sold various items. So I'm sure it's got a sizable hoard, but I don't know about you, but I don't plan on getting anywhere near that thing. It was one thing to
If I was
have a young green dragon here and me just kind of hiding out, but that one's a big one.
say I was the size of a mouse, do you think you would turn a blind eye?
If you were a mouse, I think other things would get you before the dragon did.
Touche.
But I don't know, might be worth a try.
I mean, it's just a thought.
Well, you keep thinking.
That's not my best, trait.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect, I suppose. So, you're going to find this thing in a temple in a city that's overrun by a dragon.
Correct.
Is that about it?
That's about it.
Well, it's a mighty fine plane you got there, I will say. It's bulletproof.
We have, well, a day's walk to get there. There's plenty of time to talk and think of a plan,
Yeah, I'm sure you'll come up
Plus-
with something
Plus, once we
real
see
real solid there
I'm
by the
saying-
time you get to the city gates.
I'm saying, plus once we see the condition of the city and, kind of like browsing around, the outside and, we can't really strategize our entrance and exit until we see what possible entrances and exits there are. So,
At least from I heard
Yes.
from some of the folk here, it's twilight, about a mile or so outside of the gates, and then I don't know what's inside the gate, but I'm sure it's much darker and more dangerous.
do you know if the drow are still around there?
No idea. There
And-
hasn't been any more rumbling, so they're
Well, do you
either
know
they're either
if-
hiding out with the dragon or they went home.
I don't know if you would know this or not, but do you happen to know if the dragon's nocturnal or not?
I'm not too familiar with the shadow type, but if I'm willing to guess, it's probably nocturnal. But it kind of its effect is it's always night. So your guess is as good as mine. Though I mean, it could have
Okay.
used a lot of energy fighting all the guards and you folk taking over Neverwinter, so it might need a long nap. So you might get lucky and it's just asleep. Have free reign of the city.
No, I can only hope, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't bank on it, but it's a possibility.
It's on the bank, so. Get it.
Yes,
Get
I
it
understood.
Well, I would love to stay for some food, but you know we got a long travel ahead. So
Even more reason to have some food.
you know what? You make a good argument.
Here, he walks over to the pot and grabs a carved like wooden bowl and ladles out some heavy chunks of like potatoes and carrots and some kind of meat. You assume it's some kind of wild game. Now it hasn't been sitting that long. I mean it's all cooked, but the flavors haven't really seeped in. So maybe once you're done with your grand adventure in the city, you can come back and have some. I'm sure we'll have leftovers. I think I've made way too much for the amount of people who live here. But here,
yeah, I would
and
definitely love to come
he hands
back
you the
and have
bowl.
some more. I'll take a mouthful.
It's
Yeah, I'll take-
it's already very good.
Man, if this only gets better, I'll definitely be back.
It's the kind of thing that is better if you like leave it for a day and then come back to it. It's almost not even worth eating hot. You almost want to
Oh, it's pretty
reheat it.
good.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, and you know, you should come back through. Sure,
All
sure
right,
the
let's go.
people here would love to have your company, being one of the saviors of this small town. Maybe we'll put your statue right next to a Sir Dwarf over there.
Oh hell yeah! That was a statue one.
Well, would you like to be a statue again?
As long as I'm not the statue.
Well, sir, yeah.
But if I can look at myself as a statue and not be the statue, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got a couple things I gotta do, but
Well, we got some traveling to do anyway, so.
yeah. Well, nice seeing you again. Hopefully you make it back here. If you don't, I suppose we'll build a statue of you anyway. Yeah, more
Alright,
of
cool.
in memory of, less of in honor.
Hopefully the statue isn't of, you know, good value, not negative value.
We'll see.
Or built in good, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
All right. Zine, you see Ezra working on a roof. It's very unusual seeing this man do any kind of physical labor, but it seems like he's been doing a lot of it recently.
Isn't he? I forgot what race was he.
He's human.
Okay, for some reason I thought he was like a dwarf or a gnome for some odd
No.
reason, and it just made it so much funnier in my head.
No, he's a pretty average young man. You know, your humble barkeep turned carpenter, I suppose. But he's over on top of this house.
Which one?
This one down here.
Okay.
This
I'll
Tetris
make
shaped one.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just hammering on the roof with another guy.
Don't say it
Alright.
like that.
Shut up. Why does everything?
Yeah,
that comes out of your
they're
mouth that's
they're
sexual in
banging
nature?
away.
On the roof.
the fuck do you want
for
from me?
all eyes to see.
I mean,
Get your camera out, Jordan. It's time.
what's the camera?
Who's Jordan? I'll call out to Ezra.
We are doing
Ezra.
another drink real quick, so.
He stops hammering and like looks over the edge of the roof and says, Zine! How's it going?
Oh, the same old. Well, kinda not really, but
I mean, you're here, so that's something. Here, let me let me get off this roof so I can stop yelling at you. And he climbs down.
alrighty.
We'll just use this token.
Well, I just had mainly one quick question, because things changed again,
I mean,
and it seems
Don't
we're
they
making
always?
our way in. Unfortunately, so. Never peace and quiet.
Yeah. I mean, you're
is-
here, so I can only assume you're going back into the breach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear that the dragon's made its home there. It's, as you can see. I mean, not much news comes out of there. I mean, I don't even know if anyone's still alive or like still like with it. You know?
So no news on if the drow were there or gone.
I mean, I don't know why they would want to hang out. I mean, the way I look at it is like, I don't know what the Drow's goal is, but like, assume it's like world domination or something like that. Like, Neverwinter is, or I guess was, one of the largest cities, at least this side of Faerun. So, taking out entirely just makes it that much easier. But like seeing what the dragon's done to the place, I don't know if it's really hospitable to anyone except for the dragon.
As far as I know, the dragon's just making it essentially a constant nightfall.
Well, then I
And
mean, might
that's
be,
not particularly a problem for
yeah, might be all the better.
those of us who can be around
You know, I don't know much about dragons. I worked in rumors and drinks, and now apparently hammers. But
Well, you're doing a lovely job.
thanks, I'm learning. I don't know. I wish I knew more. I don't know what a dragon made of shadow stuff does to a place, does to the people. I have no idea.
It does nothing good to the people, I can assure you that.
And I'm sure any dragon doesn't do any good for people.
Touche. Well, I figured I'd ask. Maybe someone had seen or heard something before we made our way
You
in
know,
that direction.
people are surprising sometimes. I wouldn't doubt that there's still people living or surviving in Neverwinter. Whether they are themselves is a different matter, but I'm sure there's people still there. So if you find them, I mean, you know where to send them.
I've also
We still got
told
plenty of room.
told a few friends of mine about the well, I called it a refugee town, but I don't really know what else to call it.
I mean, it does have a name.
Well, true. But I told them about Thunder Tree, and hopefully more word gets out of to anyone within the city or looking for a place. Maybe you'll get some more hands, I'm not sure. But I will send, if we find more survivors looking to leave, send them this way.
More hands the better. And if you survive your foray into the Shadowlands, I think Rudolph's cooking up a big meal. So, yeah, if you survive, I think there'll be plenty left.
If we survive, a feast is to happen.
And, yeah, the people of this small town would love to have your company.
Alright. Well, I figure we're about to head that way then.
What the
I'll
fuck
leave
is
you to your
Vath
business.
doing?
I can't
Hey,
see,
you
so-
do you, I do me.
I can't see.
Never
In the
know.
middle of the road?
What if you go in
Whatever.
the middle of the road?
And Esmore, or not Esmore, Ezra, so many E names, turns around, climbs the ladder once again.
I swear I'm the only partially normal person here. At least within our group.
I completely forgot what I did in Phandalin. I completely forgot what I did in Phandalin. That's so funny. Ugh.
Well,
Alright.
Matt,
What's up?
we find Esmore and head out, I guess.
Yeah,
There's no real news of anything.
I'm sure Esmore has something to say. I'm
What
sure he also
doesn't he?
did something stupid, but
I know what Jordan has
That's
to
the
say. I don't
fuck-
know
that's
what
the
it
fuck
is about Redoth, but he makes me sound so southern. And I love it.
I mean, as soon
Ugh.
as you were like, "Hi, Rudolph,"
I had
Like-
to.
like,
I had
just
to.
immediately.
I can't. Not.
Every time you find Redoth and he starts doing the accent, your accent gets much thicker.
so in it. All
I
right,
hate it.
let me take you to the world map. All right, so it's still morning. You'll get there late afternoon, but for all intents and purposes, it'll be nighttime, forever and always in Neverwinter.
Our horses are still in Waterdeep.
You don't have any horses. You left your horses in Neverwinter, and I'm sure they are thriving.
Oh yeah, I bet they're doing great.
The dragon's probably taking great care of it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, adopted them. Probably gave them new names.
He could definitely use some mounts.
I wonder how many horses it would take to carry a full-grown adult dragon.
At least 3.
I believe it.
Why would I ever lie to you? Alright, so what are you guys doing?
They just start walking to.
Esmore comes back with a
Yes.
wooden bowl filled with something. Unless you finish it between Rudolph's house and where they were.
Oh no, I'm savoring it because it's so good. That's why I
It's-
kind of want to savor it on
pretty
the way, you know.
Yep, he comes over with a wooden bowl of stew. You can still see it steaming.
Well,
That's
nice to
what
know you're taken care of. So, does anyone have a plan whatsoever?
I say we just figure that out on the way.
Guys, I'm gonna be a statue.
No one
You've
asked.
already been a statue.
Should we get walking?
Yes.
I like talking about that.
Because I'm gonna be a statue. No one cares. Wait, what'd you
Shut
say? Who
up.
asked?
No one asked.
No one asked. I'm like, you've already been one. All right, let's go.
All right. So, just I this journey's not hard. You guys have made this journey a couple of times now.
Yeah.
Like even the trek is relatively easy. You just stay next to the river until you reach the city. And as you grow closer to the city and across these floodplains, this just mushroom cloud of darkness. It's not made of like clouds or smoke. It is just purely shadow. And as you start to get closer to Neverwinter itself, the sun still has a couple hours before it hits the horizon, but the sky starts turning a sunset color. Starts turning yellow and orange and purple, and you you can just barely make out the outline of the city. Um, and it's dark. Um, you can hear the nighttime animals instead of the daytime ones. Super
There's a
smooth
difference.
transition. Um,
No,
even the animals that live near Neverwinter treat it as perpetual night. Um, yeah, you're within about a mile of the city wall. What is your plan?
I know I've been walking for a while, but I didn't think it's been that long.
Vath, do we know where this temple is?
No.
I
Probably not, at least.
mean, you guys returned Wave to, I believe, the Temple of Umberlee.
I think so.
Yes.
I think it was the Temple of Umberlee. All the temples are like in the northeast part of the city, so it's a pretty good bet that it's up there.
We could always check the area we returned that one thing from.
Very specific.
I mean, we only returned like a few weapons. I think we all know what happened to that third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the whole reason we're here.
Well, the second one's inside the belly of the dragon.
That is true. Yeah.
I'd assume it's passed by now.
That is also true.
The digestive system of dragons is a mystery.
How many stomachs does it has? The world may never know.
How many stomach
Well,
does
you'll
it has?
know if you get swallowed by it.
So, what's the plan here? Are we just gonna go straight in, or are we gonna?
No,
We
there's
just-
no
we
way
would
we're
go
just
in.
gonna go straight in.
I think we should, pop the bubble, talk about a plan, get some sleep, execute. And
I'd like to get some sleep before we actually execute this. Personally.
Are there any like trees or anything, or are we just in an open field and I'm just gonna throw a bubble up?
Hasn't stopped this before.
It's fairly sparse. This close to Neverwinter. I mean, you can find some like trees, but you're pretty much gonna be in the open. But it is perpetually night, so that gives you at least somewhat of an advantage. Oh man, hiccups.
True.
Oh,
All right, I guess I'm putting up the bubble.
as she's doing that, Bath is going to take one pint of amberjack.
Okay. You enjoy it.
Yes, he's gonna savor this as his last fucking drink before going into Neverwinter. He wants this to be his last drink
drink
if he
ever.
does die.
Pour it out for the homies.
I mean, do you guys want some?
Fuck it.
I'll pour some for Esmore if he has something.
Well, I guess now's the time, if any. I'll take some.
Have you ever drank in this?
Yes.
Yeah, if you two got drunk and like shared your life stories.
Oh
Yeah, like
Yeah.
A
yeah,
long
and
time
you
ago.
just forgot like 3 times.
If you think about it, even Esmer would probably forget it because he was probably plastered.
Oh yeah, I had to drag you up the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna cast Sending.
Oh, this is the first time they've ever had Amberjack as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Zine hasn't had it yet, but
Yeah, same.
it's surprisingly good. Like, you know where this stuff came from, and it's quality.
Where'd it come from?
it came from
It
that
came from
one...
Skullport.
Yeah, Skullport in the dungeon.
Who are you sending?
Vindel.
Okay.
I'm gonna say we're heading into Neverwinter tomorrow. Do you know anything about the dragon we faced last time? Anything at all would be very helpful.
Trying to get all 25 in there.
No, I have 4 more words left.
Do 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 do.
That's when you add thank you very
Do do
much.
do do do
Yeah.
do. Do 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 do.
Um, you. It does take some time to get a response. He says, as I conjured the voice for Vindel.
Ah.
Yeah, see? Not quite that much. Even though he is an
Maybe
elderly
down
man.
like 2 notches.
Yeah, see? He says, I've done some research. It makes things undead, from what I can tell. And makes everything night. Don't poke it. That's in the message.
Yeah, I wrote it in my notes.
Don't poke it.
Well, I asked Vindel if he knew anything about the dragon. He said he did some research, and we learned absolutely nothing we didn't already know.
While this is going on, can I attune to those 2 magic items?
Yep. The Boots of Sharding and Spring and the Ring of Water Walking.
Yep.
Yep.
And they don't know about the Ring of Water Walking.
Nope, we don't.
I mean, if they're particularly observant, but neither of them necessarily are.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily paying
Yeah.
attention to him focusing on our
And if
run.
you have a passive of, I would say 15 or above, you'd notice.
Oh, I
But
have passive of 15.
oh well,
Okay.
I mean, you notice him like slip on a ring, but it's a nice ring. But you know, it's not necessarily anything that you would want to bring up, but it is up to you. Coyotes are out in force.
Speaking of, there is that one ring that I purchased. It's not magical at all.
Yeah, you had a sapphire put into it,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
I have
It
also
was
have a
a-
platinum signet ring for some reason, so.
that was way back from the the manor in Phandalin.
Yeah. And I even wrote down
Where-
it was
where you
worth
found talent.
50 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna sell it to a jeweler, because I'm pretty sure that old lady wouldn't have taken it. What? Cool.
I don't know if I spell sapphire or if. Oh, there's two P's. I did not know how to spell sapphire.
Way to go! You learned something today.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything you'd like to do before sleeping?
Well, as long as I got my attunements, and then that's where
Yeah,
probably one
you're fully attuned.
Sweet. I'm gonna be wearing the boots and the ring and the. I guess I'm wearing all three right now.
Yeah, you got them all on.
I'd really like to have a plan set.
I forgot that Redoth wouldn't have recognized you because you have the circlet on. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, none of the town folk would have recognized him when he knocked on that one random lady's door.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Well, hey there, gorgeous. What are you doing knocking on my door?
Yeah.
Any ideas on a plan? Anything at all? I'm all ears.
I mean, we're basically going in blind.
I know, that's what worries
Best
me.
course of action is kind of stay away from the fucking dragon. And stay away from the dragon.
If we run into the drow, what's our plan? Are we going to fight? Are we going to run?
I don't really think we have much of an option if we do get into an encounter.
The problem is I don't want an entire army coming down on us.
Oh, now I can.
Well, we can always turn back. If
We
you
gotta
guys aren't
come here
feeling up to
anyways,
it, then
so.
Coming here isn't the problem. The problem is the lack of any information or plan.
that's kind of the
Ain't our
only way
thing.
we're going into this, though, no? I mean,
Plan is, if shit goes down, we can get out. As long as we're near a tree.
worst comes to worst, I'll make sure you guys make it out alive. It's my idea to come here, after all. Though I
If
don't
we
think
can
it'll come to that.
barricade, if something does happen and we find a way to barricade ourselves in a room or something, I have the means to teleport us, but it does take 10 minutes. Give or take.
That's a long time.
It is. And I can't do anything but that.
Well, I don't think we're going in there without getting into some sort of encounter and having to fight.
Unfortunately.
Whether there are, in fact, drow still in there remains to be a mystery. We'll just have to go in there and come up with a plan as we go along. And stay away from the dragon.
Yeah, I was told to not poke it. But if we do decide to poke it, let's make sure we poke it very hard with everything we have.
But not
Hey, you
with
never
our
know. Maybe we'll get an
fingers.
agate from poking it.
Wait, what? We do what now? Hang on, what?
That was a joke.
Oh, I
Don't
could
do
have
that.
bought an agate like earlier in the town.
Wait,
Unfortunate for Asmore, I guess.
I mean, I would have
Nothing
had
of
to
value was
sell the
lost.
scroll that revives one of us from the dead, but
well, you didn't tell me that I could have got an agate out of it.
that was
Thought-
kind of the point.
You didn't ask.
say.
Plus, you never
didn't
asked.
Okay. As long as no one dies, we can still sell it and do that.
I'm not gonna sell it. Not with everything that's happening.
Oh, now you have, brains about selling it.
Well, you helped solidify my decision. Congratulations. You
Should've.
kept yourself from the agate.
Hey, I was okay with selling it.
I mean, I wasn't, but I am now.
That's a different matter to deal with on another day. And that's
Yep.
what to prepare.
But I say we get some sleep. Got a long day ahead of us.
Night arrived when you did. But you find an uneasy rest. It wasn't obvious when you first arrived, but as things grow quiet, you feel as though you're being watched in some way. And it wakes you from your sleep a couple of times during the night, just all three of you. But you do manage to get a long rest and fully recover.
Not the first time I've woken from my sleep.
With visions of dragons, nonetheless. Well, to hell we go.
I want to try this spell. I want to get rid of something. I'll get rid of this. I never had to use it yet. I've been reading it, and it seems. So it's morning.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, we woke up early.
It's gonna be a long day.
I can't believe I'm gonna be dying with Asmore.
You make it
Me
sound like it's a
neither.
bad thing.
It is a bad thing.
Oh,
Oh,
because you want to live with me
I just
instead.
threw the
I
horse
get
in the
it.
ocean.
Wah! There you go.
Whatever helps you get to sleep at night.
I mean, it still looks like night, so.
But we knew that was going to happen.
I know. Just never mind.
Where you are right now, this far out of the city, is a constant, dusk. Except for when it's actually night. So, I mean, it is a little lighter, but it's still, heavy purples and deep reds.
I'm gonna put on the mask.
Okay. Doing your normal
And
elf form.
well, no, the only thing I'm doing is changing the color of my hair and my odd eye. Well, technically they're both odd. Changing the silver eye to the purple
the
color,
pale
whatever.
purple. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever color.
Oh,
it
what
was
color are you
actually.
changing your hair to?
Just black.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, from the drow you've seen, they've all had like the platinum like white hair.
Oh, well then never mind. I'm just changing the one
Just
eye
the
then.
eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very, very subtle change.
Yep. I don't know why I did it. For some reason I thought Drow had a black hair for some reason, and I know they don't.
Some
I
drow
was like,
might, but these don't. These have white hair.
okay. It was also more of a maybe it makes it harder to see me. Some lame attempt.
Okay. So while you guys are sitting here, the bubble.
Well, that's our cue.
Oh, let's gotta move on.
You coming, Esmore?
Oh yeah. Want me to say something?
Making sure you're ready because you were adjusting spells.
Yeah, I should be good. I think.
Okie dokie.
All right. So it takes very little time to approach the walls. You are at a section that's relatively close to the gate, so you can choose to go to the gate or to the wall. It's pretty much your two options.
So to my memory, there weren't any like breaches in the wall, were there?
No. And
Because it was an underground invasion.
Correct. There are still no breaches, and in the distance, you can still. It's considered low light, so Esmore, you can still see without casting dark vision just yet. You can see that the gate is currently closed. The portcullis is down.
Nobody's gonna say nothing.
I'm just waiting for you guys.
All right.
Well,
If I wanted to play D&D by myself, I'd write a book.
Do it. I'll read it. I'll support your dreams.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll say I will, but I probably won't because I'm not big on reading.
I like reading.
I enjoy it.
Last time we just kind of teleported in, didn't we?
Yes.
Or was it how did we get in last time?
That's a good question.
I believe you did.
I think it was Subtle Cloud that did it.
Yeah.
I think you climbed over, and then you guys dimension doored in.
Okay. Asmore, you don't happen to be able to dimension door teleport how we do.
Not the way you do. I do it through trees, and I don't have that prepared today.
Could just cast fly.
You
Well,
could just cast.
The problem
fly.
is you only have so many spell slots, and I'd rather save them.
I mean, I recover energy relatively quickly. I don't get super exhausted by spells to the point where I need to sleep to kind of get that much energy
true.
back.
I could just windwalk us.
You see,
We
that's
could
where
get
the
a bird's eye
problem is,
view.
because if one of you guys use a spell slot, then we're kind of in the situation where you guys have to wait a little bit before you can use that spell slot again.
That's true. I'm gonna have to use one regardless. So
You can just cast fly on all three of us, though.
Sure.
I'll cast fly at 5th level.
Does that make a
Easy
difference?
enough to cover the three of you. Yeah, you feel yourself like lift off the ground a little bit. I believe it gives you all a fly speed of 60 feet
Yes.
for an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Oh.
Cool. You can fly for 10 minutes.
Up and
Alright.
over, yeah.
Yeah.
Should probably be a bit more quiet about this though.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay.
And I would like to attempt to stealth.
Yeah. All three of you roll stealth check with a plus 10.
Holy shit.
32. 30.
I whispered on accident.
fine.
but-
Nice.
18.
18.
There goes my 32.
Wait, why is it still on whisper?
I don't know.
What'd you roll?
Rolled,
See, it works.
rolled 30.
I rolled a 30.
Okay.
I believe there's a toggle on your sheet.
There
Makes
is.
it whisper or not.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah, it's in the
to.
top left, right
just
above
for
I don't know why
inspiration.
it was on. Yeah.
I think I might have been rolling secretly for you. Because scry.
Oh yeah.
That's still a thing, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
sure is. You guys
We've got
haven't
someone
picked up
spying on
that
us.
item. Or use that spell. There's a spell. It's called
I
non-detection.
just don't. Yeah, I can't grab anything else until
Yeah.
I level.
Okay, so 18 is the lowest. I suppose I need to open up some character sheets.
Yeah.
Boop. Take this over here. Okay, yeah, you all is at this point as more that you need to cast dark vision, otherwise you're going to be completely blind.
Okay.
You all
will do so.
easily fly over the walls. How high are you flying?
Probably not much over the wall at all. Pretty much trying to keep
the
like,
wall's
a low
about
profile.
25 to 30 feet tall. So, but like once you're inside the city, are you like flying in the streets or are you like above the buildings? Low, medium, high, or are you on the ground?
I'll probably stick above buildings for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably
Say
stick
so.
above
I say so
buildings.
as well.
So flying, that'll reduce your travel time across the city by a good bit. Someone give me a d20 roll.
No, dude.
Sure.
You got it? Okay.
I use my
Yeah.
fucking good roll.
I just rolled it already.
That 20, baby.
That doesn't mean good on this.
Yeah,
though.
it doesn't mean anything at all.
All of you give me a perception check.
Oh, come on.
I'm the only good one.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, Esmore, you're the only one who sees it, but high above, and you barely see it. You see an outline of a winged creature, and the thing is huge. And you freak out for a second, but then you realize it's not dragon shaped. It looks like an enormous, well, you can't tell how big it is. It's too far away. It could be really, really big and really far away, or small and much closer. But it's a shape of a bird, far above.
Guys, I just saw something really big.
Sorry, I should
Please
get
tell me it
pants.
wasn't the dragon.
No, it didn't look like a dragon, but it did look like a giant bird.
Stay away from anything that may pose a threat. Just need to
The
get to that
best
temple.
option is to get to the temple, get in, get what we need, and get out.
Yeah.
Should we try and get a little bit lower?
Can I sweep the streets real quick and see, like, are the bodies still on the ground? Are there like people about? Does it look like
Yeah,
Things
go ahead
have
and give me another perception
changed
check.
more so.
From what you can see, there are far fewer just corpses laying in the streets. You do see a group of like 4 humanoid shapes just kind of walking down, but they seem aimless.
Okay.
And they haven't noticed you.
I'll whisper to the others, or in a quiet tone. I don't really see anything in the streets, but there are some human-looking things. I wouldn't be too surprised if it were whatever undead that dragon makes. Or it could be drow.
Or it could
I
just people.
Say we stay a bit higher up, honestly.
Giant bird, rotting
I think we should
undead.
be fine where we're at.
Can look around.
Do we think, Vat, do you think this temple is more towards the inner city?
Well, it's probably in a section where most temples would be now. Just find the temple we were at and then get our bearings from there.
While they're talking, I'm gonna keep an eye out for that bird just in case it tries to swoop around.
Okay. Just like over the next couple of minutes, you catch like glimpses of it as it like passes through less thick shadow, and eventually you completely lose sight of it.
Keep in mind this.
Whatever it is, it doesn't seem to have noticed, or if it did notice you, it just doesn't care.
Oh, to the temple then.
Okay.
The one where we took wave.
Give me another d20 roll. You see you fly over an alley and you see a large group of individuals. It seems like they're crouched and huddled around something. You can't quite tell who or what they are from this distance. And your flight spell is just towards the end. You could get a decent distance away from them before it ended, or you could go check it out.
Do we want to see what they are?
Not particularly, honestly. I'd like to avoid any conflict if possible.
Alright. I'm guessing we're just, or I'm assuming we're just gonna ignore them, steer clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you fly to a alley a good distance away and land, and the spell ends. You're still a good distance away from the temple district of Neverwinter. So for the next step, someone roll a d20.
Got it. Damn.
All right, let me switch you to the actual map. Esmore is missing.
I sure am.
Let me drop you
more
in on
places.
here. Boop, there you go.
Here I am.
And yep, you have sight. Cool. So you land in an alley. You just have to move. Actually, I suppose the alley would be here. More of a main street you were just on. Yeah, so the direction you want to go is north.
What general direction was that group of people that I had seen?
Like far, like southwest. Like they're a
Okay.
good couple city blocks away.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can keep walking, or yeah.
All right. And you said heading north would be where
Yep.
we're wanting to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Can we see the sun?
No.
No.
It
I can't
is
tell direction.
it is complete darkness.
I don't even know which way is north.
I mean, you all have spent a good amount of time in Neverwinter, so you probably recognize this part of the city.
Whatever's left of it.
I mean, as you land, you look at the buildings, and aside from the like initial destruction of like the Drow invasion, these buildings seem like untouched. Like some of the buildings like have like thick like dust on the windows, but it's not like the buildings are decayed in any way.
So, so do we go east or west?
I think it's best to avoid main roads.
Sounds good to me.
Get out of me.
I'm pretty sure I recognize this.
No, you guys have been
map.
here before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Oh.
me a perception check, the three of you.
The map's cut off.
It's not a very large map.
Okay, I just want to double check.
You're like coming up on like a courtyard. Yeah, Vath and Zine. Around the corner, you hear something that.
I mean, it's just dogs.
Yeah, it's just dogs. Who cares?
Okay.
Now, if it's more than dogs, sure.
Make sure to stay close to Asmore.
Yep, he's got your
Scared
stealth.
or something?
Yep.
I still have a 22, but
All right. I'm turning the corner now.
I'd want the
Yep.
three of you to give me another stealth check, because this is a new encounter. How long does your Pass Without a Trace last? Is it 10? Is it 10 minutes?
1 hour.
Oh, an hour. Okay, then you guys still have it. I need one from Vath.
you're right. I almost clicked nature.
Okay.
I almost had a 35.
Yeah, whatever it is, it sounds like there's a few of them fighting over something, like a piece of meat.
I don't know where y'all went. This is as far as my map goes right here.
Zoom in
What?
a little bit.
Scrolling right.
It helped a little bit. Now this is as far as I.
Okay. I mean, you guys have evaded the encounter. Good job.
Oh, I'm so good.
So good. All right. Last one before arriving or getting to the temple. Give me a d20 roll. I don't think Vath has done it. If you want to do it.
Yeah, get it.
Okay. I'll drop you
What if
guys
the
over
druids
here
had to be
this time.
dog?
Oh, I was fully planning that they were gonna be like directly around that corner, and I was just gonna have to stab one.
Oh, I was just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
use
that's
speak
what
with
they were.
animals and try and talk to them. Like, hey, don't do that.
Hesmore just starts barking.
Yeah.
No.
It'd be like this way would be north, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much just still trying to get to the top part of the map.
Oh, okay.
My leg fell asleep.
I would like to also say that I'm specifically like trying to pay attention to what like footsteps, like whether it be multiple people, like a group of a group of people, or like someone in armor. I guess would be the best way to put it.
Okay. Esmore, what's the
Because
radius on your pass without trace? Is it 30 feet?
It is
I think so.
30 feet.
That's radius, right?
Correct.
Is that right? Hang on. No. It says diameter, but it definitely means radius.
Yeah, I figured. I was in a room, I'm like looking at, I'm like, what? It makes no sense when
Yeah,
you say
there we go.
diameter.
Yeah. Okay. Then Zine, give me a perception check. You do not hear footsteps. You hear something, sounds like groaning. It just, somewhere close, from the north.
Okay.
I
Hoping
saw
this
that.
doesn't screw me over here, but
Did you guys not see that?
Nope.
Nope.
There's a thing
I mean,
heading
yep,
right.
but I saw when I was coming through, but I don't know if Esper saw it, but
There's something coming around the corner, by the way, probably.
Yeah. I want Zine to give me a charisma save, and for you all to roll initiative. Hang on, let me clear that. Now roll initiative.
oh, I rolled good though.
That's not fair.
That's better.
I mean,
though. I like
That's
that.
not
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, I'm alright with it.
That's not
Okay.
fair.
Zine, you feel a force of presence trying to take over. I guess is the best way to put it. But you being having quite the force of presence managed to overpower it. And around the corner you can see a semi-transparent entity who's just locked eyes with you, Zane.
okay.
Esmore, you're first.
Well, first I'm gonna move here so I can get that look. What is it? Let's see. All my things are concentration based or something. I'll lose my pass without trace if I did that, but
Better be
what
careful
I'll
about that.
do for now, yeah, that's that's concentration also. Fuck.
Many spells are.
Welcome to spells.
Yep.
For the last almost 2 years. like year and a half or something.
I think what I am gonna do is, fuck it. I'll just produce flame, talk to that fucker.
Okay, go and roll. Yep, that hits.
14 damage.
It seems to strike the creature, but it also mostly passes through.
Tough, huh?
Would you like to move anymore?
Yeah. Here we go.
Cool. Zine. You have locked eyes with this thing.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Alright, that's a wisdom save. Fails, and now you know what it is. It's a ghost.
Quick, purge the chat.
But it fails. So it... Yeah, it takes... You see it like, kind of like... You see it shake as it takes the damage. Would you like to move?
How do you fight a ghost?
I'm gonna... Oh, no. One step back this way.
Alright. Is its turn. I need all of you, as it moves out into this main road, to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good.
Ooh.
Ooh, yikes.
Oof. No.
Zine,
Nice.
you are frightened of this
Oh, no.
thing for the time being. And because you rolled just so badly,
She's prone. She's carrying on the floor like, ah.
Paralyzed.
okay.
Every time.
All right. Nope. You're just frightened of this thing, so you can't move closer, and you have disadvantage on ability checks and attacks while it's
Yeah.
within sight. I believe.
Attack rolls and ability checks while within line of sight.
Yeah.
Also, I can't move closer, yeah.
Cool. That is its turn. Yeah, you saw its like face and jaw like elongate to just an unnatural degree, and for whatever reason it strikes you with horror. Esmore and Vath have been playing far too much Phasmophobia, and they're unfazed.
Bet I have more hours than all of you.
No, actually,
play
I
that
checked,
game
I think
so
I have more
much.
hours than you. No, you should have more because you're a way higher level.
Okay, and there it stands.
That
Vath.
does not mean anything.
Eldritch Blast.
Ah!
Eldritch Blast. Oh.
I'm not gonna do it.
All three hit.
Third damage.
Yeah, you just start blasting chunks out of this ghost, and the last one just makes it completely scatter, and it fails to reform. Zine, you're no longer frightened because the source of your fear is now gone.
Nice.
She gotta go yell, and then it died. It's like, oh no, it's okay.
Yep. It had exactly 30 hit points, and no resistance to force.
I don't know if I could have done anything to it.
And you did some damage,
I mean-
just not as much. It's resistant to fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
you
said- I
can
thought you
do
said it just went
damage, it
through
just
it, so-
takes like half.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
It's gonna be okay, Zine. The scary ghost is gone.
Hush.
Did you hear yourself a little?
What?
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 No, I didn't hear you. I have a blockage in my left ear and I can barely hear out of it.
Fun.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Why am I going right? Might as well just go. Okay, whatever.
I prefer to avoid main roads.
There's so much more of the map. You're just doing the same thing as last time.
Fine. Fine. Screw it.
That was the wrong one.
Yeah, you were doing that on me.
Yes.
I just don't know where Esmore's gonna go. I want to leave the bubble.
I'm going like right outside the limits, so.
Vath, you can see it looks like someone tried to clean up or something. Both Vath and Zine, because you have the visual range. Over here, you can see just a pile of corpses that was moved. It doesn't seem like they've been like destroyed or like eaten. They've just been moved and piled.
Yeah.
Are they
let's
wearing?
not go there.
Is it Drow or?
It's a mix of Neverwinter guard and drow and civilian.
Okay.
It's just bodies.
Okay. Non-discriminative.
They're not
That's
racist.
not the right word I was looking for, but it came out of my mouth, so I stuck with it.
Sure did.
Anyways,
And I play a character good with words.
I mean, y'all could all the way to the front. Like, can you even see my bubble?
No.
No.
Oh.
No. Let me.
That's why I'm saying I don't know exactly how far. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I've just been moving like 15 feet ahead. Oh, okay, nice.
I was saying, I've been. What y'all doing? Stop moving, please. God. I was trying to do stuff and you're like moving.
You just complained that we weren't moving far enough ahead, so we moved further ahead.
This is far like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just one of you give me a investigation check with advantage, or two of you can give me an investigation check.
Danny's dead.
Oh no.
Rip.
No.
No.
Oh.
Her.
Okay. Yeah. So two of you give me a investigation check, or one of you with advantage.
I'll do one.
I guess I'll do the other.
Okay.
Unless Vath wants to.
I'll do an investigation if you want.
Me
Okay.
and that.
So that's more.
Go for it, you two.
Ooh.
Cool.
It's a good
got
thing
it,
I
boy.
held off.
You got it, boy.
Despite the oppressive darkness, you find your way to the temple ward finally, and you find the temple to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon. It is a impressive building. Think like the Parthenon, like large white marble pillars and a huge just like open doorway. And this building seems to be untouched by the destruction of the city. though it
Go feed
is
the dragon.
entirely abandoned.
Oh no, they're taking base there.
There are large statues of dragons on either side of the door. They aren't of a type that you've seen at least in your adventures before. You assume they're some sort of metallic dragon, most likely a representation of Bahamut. But you have arrived. I don't have a map for this, so it's just gonna be me describing things. So, you are in front of this temple.
Guys, the fact that it's untouched makes me worry that there might be people here.
There
Not
is
the good kind.
probably people here.
Let me just go to this page.
Oh no, the dragon.
Ah, there it is.
Well, we gonna. Y'all want to knock first, or are we just gonna barge on in?
Yeah, we could knock.
I don't think knocking
It's
is the best
just
way
like a
about it.
large. It's just there's no door. It's just a large like open arch.
I was joking about the knocking thing because
Yeah, me too.
I hate both of you.
I was legitimately joking about knocking.
Yeah, me too. Esmore, I think it's your cue to go first.
Baru?
Vath, you feel. I don't know the best way to describe it, but you feel like it's an oppressive presence that's different from how you felt just like going through the city.
DM, I would like to do something.
Well, what would you like to do?
Oh, it's wild. It's D&D. I could do so much. I would like to use the statue of Augury.
Ooh, okay. Let me look at the spell.
I was actually just looking it up in case I was misunderstanding it.
I don't remember exactly about Augury.
If I remember correctly, it gives you like you ask it a
An
question.
omen.
So within the next 30 minutes, you ask a question, and I will give you an answer for like good results, bad results, good and bad, or just they're not either.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pull out the statue that you've had in your possession for just so long. And
We're pulling out all the old shit today.
yeah, dude. And you hold in your hands, you close your eyes, and what would you like to ask me?
Shoot.
It's not a yes or no question. It's a
Yeah, I know. I'm
The
just
answer
trying to think
is
of, like,
good and bad, or not good, not bad. Neutral.
Or That's not
Or
fun.
like asking asking about the results of a plan. Like it says you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action you plan on taking within the next 30 minutes. So if you tell me what you're planning on doing, I can tell you if it's good or bad or both or neither.
Well, now I gotta think of my question after I figured out Augury was a little bit different than I last remembered. So can I dwell on that and we can continue?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's
I
more
will say though,
useful. It's more useful when you actually have a plan.
yeah, it's probably gonna be used in the near future.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still standing in front of this temple.
Yeah, and I guess slowly start making my way inside.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a perception check as you enter.
Really sad because I feel like the augury is could be really really cool, but if I just word it wrong.
Um, you're rolling really good today.
Yeah, I'm either rolling really good or really bad.
Um, Zine, for one thing, since that fight with the ghost, yum.
Right.
Spicy water.
Yeah.
I try to date
You've
quietly.
just had like a slight ache. It's not significant in any way. But as a result of being frightened by the ghost. But inside this temple, it is mostly just a large open space. There's large pillars lining the walls. There's an enormous marble statue of a dragon rearing its head, and it's majestic and beautiful. This place is slightly covered with dust, but it doesn't seem to be occupied by undead or otherwise. That's just your initial impression as you enter this building.
Okay. Probably still keeping a cautious pace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'll relay to the others.
So
I
all
don't
of you
think
give
anything's
me
been here in a while.
another round of stealth checks. I think this will be the last round before your spell runs out. Esmore.
32.
Yep. Good stuff.
Pass Without Trace is such a good spell, man.
It was a pretty good
It
spell.
is.
I guess we should get looking for this thing.
Do we see stairs or
Definitely should
anything?
not split up though.
This is just a one floor temple. It is very large. It has like the ceiling is like 40 feet above you, like the top of the vaulted ceiling that comes from these pillars. There's an area like behind the statue. So tell me what you're doing, and then you can do an investigation check.
I'm gonna search for like a hidden button or a hidden lever.
Okay, go ahead and give me an
May
investigation
open
check.
Something.
Vath, or what are you doing?
Helping us. honestly.
Okay, so a 15. Vath is just keeping you from tripping on the uneven pavers. Zine,
watch your step, that's
what are you
expensive.
doing before I get to that 15 result? I assume you guys are all doing
You said
this
it was
like
just an
simultaneously.
open area with a. Yeah. You said
Yeah,
it was an open
there's
area
large
with a dragon
pillars lining
statue
the
in
walls.
center?
There's like torch sconces that have long since burnt out, lining both on the pillars and on the walls behind the pillars. There's this enormous statue of a dragon that like dominates the room as you walk in. There's an area behind the statue, but it is all one floor.
Does there... I guess looking behind the dragon statue, does there, like, seem to be anything out of place? Like, whether it be... I can add a more specific example. Like, a spot that seems to be a lot less dusty, maybe
Yeah,
unlevel
give me
floor,
a investigation
or...
check as well.
Okay.
Yeah, with the 15 and 18. Esmore and Vath, you like walk around and just start pulling and pushing on things as you walk around, and Zine, you're looking for things out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
You make your Zine, you make your way behind the statue, and just as you notice, like, there's a well-hidden door here, it suddenly starts to slide open as Esmore pulls on one of the sconces just randomly, just systematically going through, and the door starts to slide open with a subtle grinding noise.
How loud is this grinding noise?
It's not very loud. It's
Okay.
but it then has stairs that lead down about 20 feet or so.
Oh, I assume this is as easy as it's gonna get.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to, as we start heading down the stairs, look for, like, a step. Well, I guess checking for traps, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just checking for traps. I feel like it's easier for me to get a more proficient roll if I, like, describe what I'm trying to look for. But
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me what you're looking for and like what you're doing, I can.
okay. Like small holes in the wall where, like, something could be propelled out of it.
Okay.
Or like a step that just seems to not be as worn as any of the others.
Okay. Give me another investigation check.
Maybe.
You you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. And this will help me describe things so I can draw on a map. No, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Like heading or starting to head down these stairs. It seems to be made of the same smooth marble that the rest of the temple is made of. It seems like these stairs aren't used often. There's not like well-worn like grooves in them or anything.
Okay.
And the set of stairs aren't super long. Eventually you reach this long... It's going to be real bad because it's freehand. Eventually you reach this long hallway that's about 100 feet long. It has a like larger room midway down the hallway. And from at the very edge of your vision, it opens up into what seems to be just like empty space at the other end. But before this like larger opening in the middle of this hallway, you see a body laying like right here.
And we're over here.
Yeah, you guys are on the left side.
Okay.
How fresh does the body look?
You move up to it.
Yeah, I'll move up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Esmore,
I'll
give me
stay
a.
a little bit behind.
Okay. Esmore, give me a medicine check.
Medicine.
Yeah. So this is a human corpse. They're laying on their back, and it seems to be relatively recent. There's no like significant signs of decay. Um, but you can see like it's apparent that blood is like came from their eyes, nose, ears, and mouth, um, and they probably died of some severe internal trauma. And they just have kind of a horrified look like on their face, and they are on their back just before this larger
Ringo.
opening.
It was the.
Oh. You guys ready?
I don't know now. What can do somebody?
That's a good question.
I mean, there's probably plenty of things that could, but for the trap or a creature, I'm not sure.
There's only one way to find out.
Be my guess.
I'll start moving forward first.
Okay.
Okay, give me a intelligence save
We should
as
have
you
done
as you enter this larger room.
Uh-oh. I am also going to use my luck.
Okay. Brings it to a 15. You step into this larger room, and just too late, you notice that on the floor there is a large glyph, and it suddenly flashes, and you take 55 points of psychic damage.
God.
And
Good thing I
and
had
you
17.
and you are knocked on your ass just at the start of this room.
I had 17 temp hit points from killing the ghost.
I'm gonna look at Vath when that happened, and all I'm gonna say is, well, that looked like it hurt.
And you can see that Vast's eyes are like has like burst blood vessels in his eyes, and like his nose is bleeding.
Oh, fuck.
As if
Yeah.
like a hot iron rod just went straight through your head.
Yeah,
He was
maybe
stepping.
don't do that.
He was stepping onto the floor.
You,
Activated the glyph.
now looking at it, you can clearly see that the rune on the floor and there's a rune on the ceiling are like glowing like orange hot, and are slowly fading back to the dark marble color.
I'm
Life.
tired.
I
I have 17 hit. I have 31 hit points left.
Dimension door.
don't
As
think that
more
will do
your
much.
pass without a trace has now faded.
Okay. Good to know.
I can either dimension door or try to dispel it.
Dispel
Can
would
you-
probably
can you
be
dis-
good.
can you
Healing me would
dispel a
probably
glyph?
also be good, though, to be honest.
There's more than one glyph, so
I'm gonna drink my greater healing potion.
Okay, you can go and roll that.
I don't have a token, so I can't actually.
I have a greater heal potion
Oh,
too.
yeah. Let me go and drop your tokens
I've
on the map
used
so you
all my
can
potions on all of you, so
still
I don't
use
have any.
token actions.
I have one greater and one regular.
So it's
Beth, you're so
I'm
tiny.
small.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are on the map layer. Token layer. There you go.
I'll give Vath my regular healing potion too, just to add to it.
Well, you can't. He's on the. Oh wait, no, he's still on our side.
Yeah,
huh?
he got thrown back.
It
so-
seems like both the glyph on the floor and ceiling went off at the same time.
13.
Is Vath back on our side or on the other?
I'm gonna drink
Here. Let me just throw like a horse down or something, or one
I'll
of you.
also drink the
I'll
I get a healing
use
potion that
Zine
Edmund gave
to
me.
represent the party.
Thank you, Esmore.
Oh yeah. Let me get rid of
Okay.
that.
So all three of you are still on the
23.
body side of this room.
All right. Do we want to teleport or see about dispelling it? I'm not. Would I know if you can dispel glyphs? Like
Give
if
me
it's
a
a carved
Arcana
glyph.
check.
I'd say that'd help, but I don't know anything about Arcana, so.
Looking at this glyph specifically, and you can now clearly see it that it's gone off. This one seems to recharge after a certain amount of time.
Oops.
You fire off a couple of Eldritch Blasts. So this particular glyph recharges after a certain amount of time. It seems to have some kind of command word, though you're unable to decipher that even with an 18. You guess like mini glyphs used to protect certain areas that if the command word is spoken, it disables the glyph for a certain amount of time.
Hey, Vath, can you read what the glyph says? Like, what the symbol is on it?
Vath, give me a Arcana check as well, with advantage.
24.
This glyph is heavily based in Draconic.
Which I know how to read.
Yeah. You're highly familiar. You get the same things as Zine. But you also... You're able to piece together from how the rune is constructed the command word. It is Sil, which is Draconic for stop.
I'm gonna walk next to it and just say out loud, Sylph.
The runes are slowly like reducing their glow, recovering. I mean, they take a while to recharge, so from your 24 and 18, like, it's not going to go off again if you walk over it right now. But probably by the time you make it out of this place, you might want to use the command word.
Oh, well, in that case,
I'm gonna
run to
walk
the other
over.
side.
Yeah,
Run to the
other side.
Yeah, you walk over with no issues. Okay, so you guys head to the other end of this long hallway, and you can see...
Cure wounds on Beth, sorry. Keep talking.
You can see that on the other side, it just opens up into a chasm. It is so long that you can't see either end. Let me draw some more. So it just continues to extend. You can't see either end of it. But on the other side, about let's see, about 100 feet across. So just imagine this is 100 feet to the other side. You can see another passage continuing on. And just as you step close to it, you feel a pressure wave rush from one side of the cavern to the other. And just as quickly, it is just gone.
Guess some dimension dooring.
Yeah, probably
Yes.
the best option. I don't think we want to get caught in that wind.
You said it was a gust, right?
Not
Well,
quite
I
like a
guess,
wind.
but like a force,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
I don't
It-
remember. Was it constant?
No, it seems to come in waves, and just then another one rushes the other direction.
Does there seem to be any like sort of timed pattern to it? Like if I take a second, is there like a brief couple of seconds between each one, or is it as soon as one's done, the other one happens, and then the next, and the next? Like no real
It
pauses.
seems to be about every 30 seconds or so. You step closer, and it only seems to encase the affect like the last 20 feet of this hallway. And you look down over the edge as another pressure wave rushes past. And you look down, and you can't see the bottom. You can't see how far it drops. It just disappears into darkness.
Okay, let me double check what these boots do.
What boots do you have?
I have boots of striding and springing as well. We have two.
It
pairs.
lets you. It puts your running speed of 30, and you can jump 3 times higher.
No, it's 3 times the normal distance.
Or distance, I said higher. Yeah, 3 times normal distance. I don't know what the normal
Then
distance for jumping is though in this game.
I can look it up. I think it's equal to your strength score.
So not very far.
I mean, 3 times that is significant. But it's not going to be 100 feet.
What's 3 times -1?
Your
That's
your
your-
score, not your modifier.
Score, not the modifier. Okay, score.
So you can jump 27 feet
Yeah,
with
Okay.
boots.
not quite
Man,
100.
imagine if I had that.
Oh, I
Almost
didn't realize.
60.
I didn't realize it was 100 feet gap.
Yeah.
I didn't see the 100-foot sitting there.
I know you
Okay,
guys
yeah.
were you guys were talking, and I was like, oh, they don't remember this.
No, I remember the 100 feet.
I didn't. I spaced out. Not even gonna lie.
I like how there's just text that says 100 feet in the middle of it.
Yeah, dude.
The infamous floating text in the middle of the cavern.
Well, we can teleport. I hate that all of our problems are being solved by teleporting.
I mean,
I mean, you
it's
can
a
jump
solution.
across it if you really want to.
Yeah, you know.
Every 30 seconds, this pressure wave rushes past.
Z, do you want to do the honors?
All right, I'll grab Esmore and Dimension Door.
You grab Esmore.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
heard a- I
you're
heard a
still
bird.
standing there.
Can you only teleport one person?
Yes.
I grab the both of them and I dimension door across to like where it's not windy.
It didn't work.
And you're just holding both their shoulders, and you're standing in this awkward triangle, still on the same side.
I'm glad to be friends with you guys. I want to take a good look around.
Okay, give me a investigation check.
I'll help him.
Okay, 17.
Doesn't matter. What?
It'd be nice if I still had my grapple and stuff.
Yeah, you see, so you're on, we'll just say the west side of this chasm. You look, and you can't discern how long the cavern is north to south. It is past your visual range of 120 feet. You can't tell how deep it is, but you can see the ceiling. It's about 60 feet up, which doesn't make sense because you only went down like 20 with the stairs. But regardless, it's 60 feet up. And across 100 feet across this cavern, you can see just an opening with another hallway that extends. And you can only see 20 feet into it. You don't know how long that hallway is. and is on level with your hallway. It's not higher or lower. And then this pressure wave rushes past every 30 seconds, going one direction and then coming back the other way.
There doesn't seem to be like a switch on the other side, or
not that you can see.
Okay.
Do I
Do you
see
have any rocks nearby?
anything that might be, that might be causing spells to not work, like other kinds of glyphs or something?
Give me a investigation check, Esmore. This place is pretty clean. There's not like any like loose stone, but I'm sure you guys have like things you can drop from your backpacks.
I'm pulling out an empty potion vial.
Okay.
And after the next whoosh of whatever, I'm gonna drop it. Like, just straight down.
Okay. And then you drop it, and you watch it, and it disappears from your vision. And you never hear it hit anything.
Oh.
Interesting.
Maybe the bottle is not breakable.
It's definitely breakable because you've broken one.
Have I?
Yes. Well, shoot.
I'm guessing with a
That's
12
more
if I
anything with
didn't
you?
find anything.
How... If we could figure out how large of a area we're unable to cast magic.
I don't think that'll do
I
it.
wonder if it's like certain type of magic. I'm gonna try and just do a produce flame in my hand, see if it works.
Your hand lights up.
Okay, so magic works. I wonder if it's a certain type.
And you're holding it. It goes, and then your hand goes out.
Okay.
Okay. How many?
I'm gonna cast Wind Walk.
How long does it take?
It takes 1 minute.
Alright, so you start concentrating, and you make it about 30 seconds, and then you just lose focus.
Can we leave this room so I can do this spell? This is distracting, guys.
I think it just dispels magic or something. I don't know.
I think specifically whenever the whooshing happens, I don't know what to call it.
I mean, it's just a wave of force. It's not enough to like move you, but it's like a pressure wave.
One time I don't have long stride.
I'm gonna
Or jump. Jump would be good.
do some. Well, I'm not gonna do something stupid, but it's gonna look stupid. After the next wave, I'm going to see if for some reason there is some sort of just like invisible flooring. Like, I'm not gonna actually step out.
How are you testing?
Vath, come here for a second.
Whoa.
No.
Just
heave ho!
No.
No.
I stepped on that fucking glyph.
I'm
No.
not having you go out. Just
No.
hold on to my arm real quick.
Get Esmore. Okay, fine.
You're the strongest
hold
one.
on to
I'd
Ziggy.
prefer you to do it. I'll clasp
Esmore, help me out
hands
here.
or whatever in case for some reason I slip. And I don't know, just tap my foot out there in between the forces.
You reach out as far as you're comfortable.
2 fingers out.
Which essentially is like 5 feet out. You can't reach that far. But you just wave through thin air.
Like where the floor would be?
I mean, I
That-
assume
that-
I
that's what
assume
I'm
you're
getting at,
like
floor.
reaching your foot out into the
Yeah,
chasm,
yeah.
and yeah, like as far as you can reach, which is like 5 feet with your foot. You don't hit anything.
Unlucky. I'll stand back up before the next wave comes. Or get out of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's no invisible floor. I wonder if there's seemingly no bottom. There's no floor. We can't teleport with magic. I
Maybe
have
we
a
can
rope.
Cast fly. Maybe I can cast fly. And we can just fly across quickly.
Before the 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean the spell lasts 10 minutes, but I don't know. How long is an action?
6 seconds.
We'd probably have enough time.
I mean, we could. Casting it would be 6 seconds, so if it's 30-second intervals,
You basically have 5 rounds to
we
get
have-
across. Like it's not.
And that may do
It's
that.
no big deal.
Yeah, but it'd be hard. Okay, I mean we could try it. Hope for the best. I'm gonna cast fly on them when the next wind wave hits.
Okay, and then you cast fly. All of you can fly.
I'm gonna fly across.
go
the gap
across.
Go quickly.
Okay, you
quickly.
easily enough. It takes you like maybe 10 seconds to get across, and you land. And I'm gonna have to move down. So this is thick.
Thick.
Thick boy.
Damn, boy.
That's a thick ass boy.
So continuing over here, that's the extension of previous hallway. So you land, catch your breath, and Vath, you lose concentration.
Yep.
In this next room, it is it's a short 20-foot hallway that leads to a large circular room. The room's a 20-foot radius, so I'll try to actually draw this to scale, I suppose. I think that's 20-foot radius. And you can, from where you're standing, you can see that on the opposite end of the room, there are 2 statues flanking a large stone door. The door has a carving of a magnificent dragon rearing its head and using its breath weapon just into the sky. And these 2 statues are 2 enormous platinum half-dragon warriors, each wielding warhammers. Just like the head of the hammer sitting on the ground, they have both hands on the weapons. And there are 2 other statues in this room that stand. Let's see. Let me draw. So the door's here. You have one statue here, one statue here, and there are 2 other ones. These 2 look like large sets of armor, and you can see gaps in armor that are made of wood that stand here and here, and then there's 2 pillars in this room as well. One pillar here and a pillar here. And the final thing you see in the room is there's a fist-sized blue gemstone embedded in the center of the ceiling about 30 feet above. That's all you can see from this initial spot in the hallway.
Shiny.
My puzzle brain isn't working today.
All I see is shiny.
Ouch. Come on, puzzle brain, you can do it.
Alright, we got 2 pillars. We got statues.
Were there any differences between the statues on the far side versus the ones closest to us?
Yes. The ones on the far side seem to be made of stone, and the ones closest to you, the 2 closest to you, seem to look more like armor, large armor stands. They have metal plates, and in the gaps you can see are filled in with wood.
I see those coming alive in the near future.
Let me adjust the scale for this map.
It was giant blue gem on the ceiling.
A giant's fist.
Fist-sized.
Oh, fist size. My bad. When you said fist size, I thought it was a gem in the shape of a fist. That was
Yeah,
my
it's-
immediate mental picture.
It's got facets.
You know that stupid like English rule about grammar where it's like I after E except after C?
Uh-huh.
I've never used that until this year, and I've used it so many
Wow.
times.
And when sounding like A as a neighbor away, and on weekends and holiday, and all throughout May.
Never heard of that one, and I don't
And
care
you'll
to
never
hear
be
it
wrong
again.
no matter what you say. Brian Regan?
Looking at the pillars, does there seem to be any markings or inscriptions
You would have to move closer.
without entering the room?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Because every time we enter a room that's trapped, it never goes well.
Not from where you're standing. You cannot tell.
Okay.
I'm not walking into the room first.
Well, I don't want to either.
I'm walking in. I'll take one step in.
Okay.
Nothing
Okay.
nothing
Terrible
seems to
feeling.
move or happen to you.
I'm gonna walk to the middle of the room, like right underneath the gemstone.
Okay.
Nothing still happens.
No glyphs go off or
Or
anything.
And that hallway in there, is that open or?
The hallway you just came from is open. Over here there is a door.
Door?
It looks like a heavy like stone door. It has the carving of a dragon using its breath weapon.
I'm gonna walk over as well.
Actually, I wonder. I'm gonna I want to produce flame and throw it at it. Using breath weapons, maybe fire on it.
Xena, are you also entering?
I was.
Being a bitch.
Did you not see the 55 damage he took earlier? Yeah, I'll enter, but I'm going to come around over here.
Okay. As soon as you cross the threshold, the 2 statues are made of metal and wood suddenly move to block the way out, and they just move there and just stand there.
They don't seem hostile.
No, that was their only movement. Now that you're inside of the room, you can see that there are inscriptions on the 2 pillars.
What do they read?
They are in Draconic.
That's perfect, because I can read Draconic.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart.
It's as if this whole dungeon is Draconic themed, because it's the Temple of the
Wow,
Platinum Dragon.
really?
Who would have guessed? One of the pillars, this top one here, it reads in Draconic, I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?
I know it's looking it up right now.
Nope, I'm typing it
No.
out.
Do not
word
look it
for
up because
word.
it ruins the fun.
No. Yeah, no, that's boring.
I have.
I literally was just typing it. I have cities but no houses, mountains but no trees, water but no fish. What am I? What's the bottom pillar read? Math.
That's a good question.
Fantastic question.
I'm gonna read the bottom pillar.
Suddenly, Math, you can't read.
Okay. The bottom one reads, I am born in fear, raised in truth. I come to my own indeed. When comes a time I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need.
Okay. That one's significantly harder sounding.
Yeah.
I will post them once I have them properly formatted for Roll20.
That would be very helpful.
I'm born in fear, raised in truth. I come to my own indeed. When comes a time I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need.
I'm still thinking about the first one. It's the only one I
Yeah.
can remember off the top of my head. Cities.
Cities,
But
no
no
houses,
houses.
mountains, but no trees, water, but no fish.
That's the first one.
I try to think of something like on a microscopic scale.
And
Why?
here is the second one.
I am born in...
Keep in mind, I doubt microscopic capabilities are in this universe. Though,
But
who
these
am I to
things
know?
will exist in... I guess these things had to exist in this world.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Freddy Krueger is the answer or something.
Right, yeah. It's it's not gonna be like Airplane.
Well, there goes my suggestion.
So what has cities? But I'm gonna try and piece it together.
Puzzle Brain really isn't working today.
Didn't you say you liked puzzles?
I
have
love
water.
puzzles. But I'm either like, I gotta struggle with them for a long time, or it just clicks.
I think I know the first one, but I think it's stupid. I don't know.
Well, speak to your peers.
The only thing I can think of, when it says I have cities but no houses, would be like text, like names. Like I was thinking of like when we see the overworld, we can see the town names. We can see the mountains and that kind of stuff, and we can see water. So the only thing I can think of is like some sort of map or some kind of like, I don't know.
I was thinking a map as well.
I was thinking a book.
Oh, a book would. 'Cause I know a map has like city names or, but it doesn't show,
But a map also shows trees.
does it?
Like forest, yes. Our
It
own
does show
map does.
forest. It does show forest.
Forest are trees.
Yeah.
Unless you're right and I'm just looking too far into it.
No, it does show trees. When we're looking at the overlay, it does show trees on it, so.
The second one's probably like a knight or something. I don't know.
I am born in fear, raised in truth.
Comes the time that I'm called forth. I come to serve the cause of need.
Born in fear. That one's hard. Four.
The thing that's got me the most stuck on the second one is the "and I come to my own indeed."
It's all confusing. I have no idea on that one.
You get to deal with smooth brains today.
I haven't slept yet. I don't know. Haha, very
I
small.
have
Me neither,
cities,
don't
but
worry.
no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water.
It's the first
but
time I
no
threw a
fish.
riddle at you guys. This whole game.
Yeah, the last like puzzle, like actual puzzle we had was I think it was whenever I had to answer the math question.
I'm pretty confident on the first
Yeah.
one being map. The second one, I have zero clue.
Yeah, I'm clueless as to the second one.
I just don't know what would be born in fear,
Raised-
but like born in fear, raised in truth. Like there's
I come
plenty
to
of
my
things
own.
that could be that way.
Come
To
to
come to my own
own.
deed confuses me, but when the time comes, I'm called forth. I come to serve the cause of need. I can't think of something that would do that, but follows suit of the first two lines.
Darkness.
I come to serve the cause of need. I'm born in
The darkness
fear.
makes sense at all.
Yeah, because darkness isn't born.
Well, it could just be like I am, saying born. It could just be like a phrasing. It may not be literal.
I don't know. I think the first one is map.
I think the first one's map.
But the
I can
second
agree
one,
with that.
The second one.
both.
I'm gonna look
Did you
up
say
at
wolf?
that crystal. Is there anything like happening different with the crystal? Is it glowing? Has it shifted? Yeah.
Not really. It's like so like the side that you can see is like it's a large like faceted blue crystal, and it's just embedded in the ceiling. If you give me an Arcana check, you might be able to glean some more information.
Saying this whole place is Arcana based. So I wonder if these answers are gonna be Arcana based.
Possibly.
It has some purpose, though you're not quite sure what it is.
Beth, Elders blast it.
Why don't I just say map and draconic out loud?
Try that.
Actually, shit, that might actually do something.
I didn't think about that.
Unfortunate.
Do it. Say it in French. I was to say it in French.
I say map in French out loud.
Nothing.
Nothing happens when you say it in French.
I'm gonna say map out loud in draconic.
You hear a grinding noise and then a click, and you see some dust fall off of the stone door.
Okay, so it was map on that one.
That was
The
second one.
Now the second one.
The two statues over here do not move.
The statue's probably looking at them like, God, they're dumb.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so map is the first one.
Start shouting random words in Draconic and see what happens.
Born in fear, raised in truth. I come to my own indeed. When comes a time I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need. A soldier?
I'll say soldier and draconic out loud.
Nothing seems to happen.
Wasn't that?
I'm gonna be quoting this at work to myself if we don't get it done today. Speaking of which, it's almost 4:30, and I do need to get sleep eventually.
At some point, yeah.
To serve the buzz.
I want to get this puzzle though.
I mean, you guys can certainly keep thinking about it, as long as you don't look it up.
Yeah. I don't plan to look it up. That takes
I
all the
don't
fun
plan
out of it.
to. It does take all
Yeah,
the
it's
fun out
not
of it.
fun.
Born in fear, raised in
But-
truth.
Aside from these 2 riddles, this is all I have for this dungeon so far. Or this little puzzle cave. I guess it's a
Yeah.
dungeon. So, I think that we should go ahead and end it here, and you guys can keep thinking about this riddle.
We're gonna come back the next session and be like, I figured it out.
It's this!
Nope.
It's this. I
All of
know
us
it. I
say
guarantee
different
it.
things.
It's dragon, isn't it? It's dragon.
But yeah, I hope you had fun. I certainly did.
I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see what you do on the way out. But
Jared, ignore this message. I'm just sending it to you so I can look it up on my phone at work
Got
and
it.
read it to myself.
Do the same for me if you don't mind.
I can just put it in the Discord. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where we'll end it.